Hi, and welcome, and thank you for listening in advance to what I have to say about BonTerra Resources. We're developing a new high-grade gold deposit in the Abitibi region of Quebec. We're well-financed. We raised about $40 million this year. Very strong shareholder base. You can see, some of the big names there. And, our region is one of the most active regions in Canada. Well over $150 million this year raised, probably more now, close to 200 raised in that region, just in order to develop new deposits. So on the project itself, we've got six diamond drills turning, and 4 on the deposit, 2 on exploration. I just put some news out yesterday, I guess, on some of the new exploration results. We found a new deposit about 5 kilometers away from the main deposit. So there's kind of both sides. There's like deposit development and exploration. So you can see here what we're doing is we're showing you the property package, and then in the black square is where the deposit actually is. And in that white line that kind of runs to the northeast, that's basically the trend lines that we're following in terms of our exploration. You can see some of the other companies and deposits that surround us, so we're in a very active area. Blow up of the deposit itself, so this is a plan view, and the dimensions right now, like we've taken a deposit from a year ago that was 200 meters long and about 300 meters in depth in terms of, the drilling that was in it. And it's now 1.2 kilometers long, drilled to a maximum depth of 1 kilometer. And there's 5 defined veins now. They vary in dimensions, but at least a couple of them are close to those type of dimensions. And new ones are developing as we speak. So in this slide, you've got 1 kilometer length. You can see the sub-parallel type veins. And the gray lines are just sort of the regional shears. So that's the regional structures that we follow, and then we look for bends or interruptions in those regional structures. This one is looking north, so it's going to show you depth and length. So this is just to give you an idea of the coverage. So 5 or 6 veins identified so far. They're sheets, just like I'm showing here, basically. They're open in terms of further exploration to depth and along strike. High grades, mineable thicknesses. They're steeply dipping. They've got sharp contacts, so all good features, in terms of mineability. I'm just going to show you one. This is one new plane, so this is a long section, and the stars are very new drilling that we've done. This is the kind of step out that we're currently conducting. So these are a couple of 100-meter step outs away from the known, and we continue to have success. So this is our newest zone to the north. It's called, believe it or not, the North Zone. And we've moved away from current drilling, and we continue to hit. So this zone is brand new, and it's already 400 or 500 meters long and 500 meters to depth in terms of its drill coverage. So you'll continue to see those kind of results on a pretty steady basis going forward. So now I turn to a plan view, a little more detailed, but it gives you an idea that our geological model is holding steady. It's predictable, it's continuous. Each plane that we target, we continue to hit within reason. So all the reds are the veins themselves. So this is cut at 200 meters deep. The gray is the regional shear. Kind of the key that unlocked this is us figuring out that the veins don't actually parallel the regional shear. They're a little bit off, and that helped us join sort of section to section together, and then it started to make sense. And this is nothing new. This is very classic structural geology. So we haven't invented anything here. Here's a cross section in the middle of the deposit. And on our website now, we've posted cross sections right across 1.5 kilometers. So right from the west end right through to the east end of the deposit. There's cross sections shown every 100 meters. Because the question that follows every discovery is it continuous? Does it have continuity? And that's a good question, but I think what we're really starting to show is yes, it's very continuous, very predictable. Go to our website, look at the cross sections, section after section will show you the same as this one. Shallow, deep, whatever, we're hitting it with good grades, good widths. I'm going to move a little bit to our more regional program now, the exploration program. So the Gladiator deposit shown on the map, kind of in the middle of the page. So what we call the Colosseum property is that greenish shaded left-hand side of the page, and the trends are kind of going southwest. Well, 5 kilometers to the southwest of the deposit, we've hit a new shear-hosted mineralized vein system, and we got 5 grams over 2.7 meters, but we also got nearly 2 ounces silver, and so that's new. The occurrence of the silver is new to us. We don't know yet whether it's the same trend as our deposit or if we've clicked onto another trend, because there are multiple parallel trends out there. So I think basically what this is showing is that our exploration program is working. We've identified a new zone 5 kilometers away from the main deposit, and all we have in it so far is 3 drill holes, and they're 1 kilometer apart. So, that's all we can really say at this point. But I think, like I say, the gist of it is the exploration's working. So this is a true new find based on till sampling and geophysics. And we just went out and drilled where we thought the anomalous values sort of came together, and we've hit a new zone. So we're really encouraged by that. We always thought that the land package itself held a lot of promise, and obviously that's the case. Another regional map, we just conducted LiDAR, and we've overlain some geophysical data on top of that. But I think what struck me is some of the larger deposits in the area have a very pronounced northerly trend. Our property actually has the intersection of the more east-west trends and the north trends. So we have sort of all of those ingredients that when you're looking at some of the other deposits in our region, you'll note the northerly trend. Well, we have that as well. And it's always a good thing to have intersecting trends, as you could pretty plainly see on the kind of southwestern corner of this map. And briefly, we have a second project we purchased 2 years ago. We have nearly 1 million ounces of almost 6 grams just to the east of Kirkland Lake, Ontario. So it's a stretch of 3 gold deposits over a 4-kilometer stretch. They've got resources on them. You can nearly see them from the highway. Now, we purchased that when we didn't know that the Quebec property would turn out as well as it did, and thought we needed a second project. But as it sits, we're fully focused on our Gladiator Quebec project. However, we do also own resources and a good stretch of the Kirkland-Larder Fault between Kirkland Lake, Ontario and the Quebec border, with 3 gold deposits on it as a second project. So with that, 20 seconds to spare. I thank you all, and good luck to our next presenters.